The demand for artificial intelligence is growing faster than our environment can sustain. As a student, I see the growing use of AI in education, and I've done a lot of research in the impact that AI is having on our environment. During my speech, I will address the impact that AI is currently having on our environment. Artificial intelligence is negatively impacting our environment at an almost unimaginable rate. As reported by the United Nations in an article titled, Artificial Intelligence, How Much Energy Does AI Use? Data centers, which are used to power artificial intelligence servers, use massive amounts of water. The amount of water needed to cool the data centers, which host these AI servers, use the equivalent of 4.2 to 6.6 billion cubic meters of water to meet the global AI demands by 2027. This would surpass the entire country of Denmark's total annual water usage of 4 to 6 billion metric units. The Smithsonian's magazine Amber X. Chen reports in her article, AI is on the rise, and so is the environmental impact of the data centers that drive it. A single ChatGPT conversation uses the equivalent of a 16-ounce water bottle. Congressional Digest reports in their article, Data Centers and Their Energy Consumption, AI is increasing energy demands that threaten local utilities. A 100 megawatt US data center consumes about the same amount of water in a very short amount of time as 2,600 households. Artificial intelligence also requires huge amounts of energy. ChatGPT uses an estimated 10 times more energy per search than a traditional search engine such as Google. As reported by the IEA in their study titled Energy Demand from AI, data center electricity consumption grows by nearly 15% every year, more than 4 times the growth of total electricity consumptions from all other sectors. Sarah Magelsdorf and Lauren Behan report in their article, Born Electric, Buried Toxic, The Life Cycle of Generative AI and Its Environmental Impact, the power requirements of data centers in North America increased from 2,688 megawatts at the end of 2022 to 5,341 megawatts by the end of 2023. Now that we have established some of the impacts that these AI centers have on the environment, let's discuss how these dangers are impacting us a little bit closer to home. Mississippi is home already to 2 AI data centers, with a third in the works. As reported by Catherine Lynn for Mississippi Today in her article, Mississippi Marketplace, Another Data Center on the Way, the Mississippi Developmental Authority has approved the construction of a third data center in the state. These data centers are located in Meridian, Madison County, and construction has begun on its Brandon location. A major concern for residents in these areas is the threat of higher energy bills because of the data centers, with studies estimating a potential 8% increase on electricity bills over the next 4 years for residents. Furthermore, there is very little job creation with these new data centers. While the data centers boast of 1,000 jobs added, only 60 of those jobs will be given to residents. The other 940 will be contracted out. Furthermore, it was announced this week that Amazon is planning to invest $3 billion in an AI data center in Vicksburg. Mississippi Free Press reporter Hannah Harrison reports in her article, Amazon planned to build $3 billion AI center in Vicksburg as Governor Reeves proclaims the arrival of the digital Delta. Watchdogs warn that the amount of energy and water that will be consumed by this Amazon AI center is posing serious environmental risks to the area, as well as increased energy costs for nearby residents. So, what can we do to decrease the impact that artificial intelligence is having on our environment? Experts have many suggestions for diminishing the carbon footprint that artificial intelligence is currently having on our environment. Carbon Digest's Dr. Julio Friedman and Dr. Colin McCormick have listed some viable options in their article titled Understanding the Carbon Footprint of AI and How to Reduce It. Firstly, they suggest optimizing the training that AI requires to limit unnecessary energy use. A majority percent of energy is used during the training phase of AI. The additional zero carbon to the grid. There are over 12,000 carbon zero projects facing delays to their connection to the grid currently being held up in the government. Addressing fugitive methane emissions. The EPA's methane rule could cut these non-carbon dioxide greenhouse gas emissions by nearly 80%. There are also smaller ways for us to decrease AI use. Googling questions rather than asking ChatGPT or other AI. Turning off or opting out of AI functions on your phone and computer, and refusing to create AI images and videos, as well as making your concerns known to your local and federal government, are ways that we can have an impact today. Artificial intelligence is impacting our environment at an alarming rate. Now that I have addressed some of the environmental impacts, I hope that you feel more aware of these issues and feel more encouraged to speak up on the issue. The impact that AI is making on our environment should alarm us all. And while admittedly, most of the steps taken to correct these issues would need to be addressed by major legislation, there are things that we can do. We must use our voices to raise awareness and make a difference. Thank you.